In May 2025, global headlines celebrated Britain returning the Chagos Islands to Mauritius after 60 years of illegal occupation. The reality? It's colonial exploitation with a new legal framework, and the indigenous Chagossians remain exiled from their homeland. Let's break down what actually happened. On May 22, 2025, Britain signed a treaty transferring sovereignty of the Chagos archipelago to Mauritius. Sounds straightforward until you read the fine print. Britain retains operational control of Diego Garcia, the largest and most strategically important island, for at least 99 years, with options to extend for another 40. The UK pays Mauritius approximately £120 million annually, totaling £9 billion over the lease period. Britain also maintains a 39-kilometer exclusion zone around Diego Garcia and veto power over development on other islands. Most crucially, Chagossians remain banned from Diego Garcia indefinitely. Why is Diego Garcia so valuable? It's America's unsinkable aircraft carrier in the Indian Ocean. Located roughly equidistant between Africa and Indonesia, it sits at the crossroads of global trade routes, carrying 40% of the world's seaborne oil. The base is capable of accommodating nuclear submarines and the largest military aircraft. It's also a critical intelligence hub, monitoring everything from the Middle East to Southeast Asia. Diego Garcia has been the launchpad for US military operations across 4 decades, supporting aggressions on Iraq, Afghanistan, and Libya. As China expands its naval presence in the Indian Ocean, Western strategists consider this base irreplaceable for maintaining military dominance. The Chagos Islands were first inhabited by enslaved Africans brought by French colonizers in the 1790s to work coconut plantations. After slavery's abolition in 1835, many stayed as contracted laborers, joined by workers from India and Southeast Asia. Over 150 years, these diverse populations formed their distinct culture and language. By the 1960s, around 2,000 Chagossians lived across the archipelago, but mainly on Diego Garcia. In 1965, 3 years before Mauritius gained independence, Britain pressured Mauritian leaders to surrender the Chagos Islands or risk losing independence entirely. Mauritius, desperate for freedom after 150 years of British rule, complied. Britain immediately created the British Indian Ocean Territory and began secret negotiations with the United States, who had identified Diego Garcia as an ideal military location in 1958. Between 1967 and 1973, Britain and the US systematically expelled every single Chagossian from their homeland. Many Chagossians were told they were going to Mauritius temporarily for medical treatment or administrative business. Others were simply prevented from returning after visiting relatives. The main forced removal from the Diego Garcia occurred in July and September 1971. Families were given hours to pack their belongings before being loaded onto cargo ships like freight. Today, 10,000 Chagossians live scattered across Mauritius, the Seychelles, and Britain. They fought for 50 years to return home, winning legal victories that were consistently overturned. The Chagos Islands deal exposes the fiction of modern decolonization. Mauritius gets sovereignty but cannot control its most valuable territory. Britain pays billions to maintain access to a base built on ethnic cleansing. The US continues operations as normal. And the Chagossians? They remain exiled, their self-determination sacrificed for Western geopolitical interests. The Chagos Islands deal isn't decolonization. It's colonialism with better PR.